Bruno Escalante comes from a large family.
I got a good 10 of us, siblings and stuff. One sister, all boys.
The Filipino-born fighter moved with his family to Hawaii when he was 9 years old, and in the 9th grade decided to try out for his high school basketball team.
And the tryout was coming up, and I get all my friends telling me, "Oh, you gotta be really good." And the gym where I was practicing basketball, I saw guys like hitting the speed bag. I don't know what it was, so I went look over, and I saw kids my size, and they're like, sparring, and I was like, oh, maybe there's something I'm gonna do,
It quickly became something he fell in love with. But before he could start fighting, he needed a signed release form.
My mom was really pissed off. So I remember when I had that, when my coach gave me the paper just to get signed, my mom didn't want to sign it. So, and I talked to my dad, talked to my brother, and what happened was my brother, my oldest brother, and my dad told my mom, like, let him,
Starting a career in professional prize fighting was not the only difficult decision.
When I was 21, I was in Hawaii and I was working for painting cars, and it's like either I'm gonna do that for the whole rest of my life or move out here to turn pro, and so I just make that decision to move out here. Like a lot of people told me I'm so gutsy to move out here. I only had $150, to move in the mainland, but just because my family is, they're like supporting me all,
In addition to the support of his family, luck has always been on the Aloha Kid side.
One day, went to a Pacquiao fight when he fought Miguel Cotto in 2009, November 14th, I think. Then I had Nonito's number, so I called Nonito when I was in Vegas. He meet up with me, and then since we meet up 3 days later, he fly me out here. I was living with him.
He came here with Nonito. He didn't really have a trainer. Nonito was going to manage him, but I think realized once he got into it that managing and training a fighter is a full-time deal.
Okay. Sometimes fighters with fast hands don't hit hard, but that's not the case with Bruno. He's starting to really settle into his punching power, confident in his punching power too, which is important. The fighter believes that he can hit hard, they're going to hit hard. My whole thing here is he's going to focus on his power more than his speed, so you'll see.
And hit hard he does.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Even if his opposition seems to be an unlikely sparring opponent.
Yeah, she's throwing a lot of punches. I mean, he's great because every day is a different day, and sometimes we spar with guys that are bigger than him or guys that are more experienced than him.
This guy hit me so many times, I don't even know what happened.
Different types of fighters, So today he was working on moving his head and seeing someone that's got a lot of output on their punches. So he was dealing with that. Tomorrow he's going to spar again with a kid that's bigger than them that is a harder hitter. So the strategy is going to change, but he's constantly working on things to kind of just to get better and ultimately be a top level pro.
Can't find the distance. Besides that, it's all the same.
And, yeah, he's a quick little fucker too.
The hard part is when you work so hard, and then you're about to fight, right? You're training, you got motivation to train for that fight, and it don't happen. That's the hardest part. Like you put yourself into a good shape, and when the fight comes, it doesn't happen.
The question's been asked to me, what do you think physically is more tough? A marathon, a triathlon, or a 12-round championship fight? Well, they're all equally very tough, equally very taxing physically. The only difference in a boxing ring is someone's trying to separate you from your senses while you're trying to complete this physically demanding act, and they're beating your vital organs, your kidneys, your liver, beating you to the body. So that's a big challenge. If someone was doing that to someone in a triathlon, it'd be a lot different. someone was doing that to someone in a marathon, it'd be a lot different, you know.
You know, I think Bruno's got the tools to be a world champion. He's fast. You know, he hits really hard. He's learning how to move his head and to all the tricks of a real professional. And that's some of the things he didn't have when he came over. He had a good amateur pedigree, but he didn't know some of the ins and outs of being a pro, and the styles are just completely different. But he's learning all of that now, and he's got determination to be the best. And if you're determined, you could do anything if you set your mind to it.
I see him fighting for a world title within the next 2 years. He tries to outspeed the guys and but we've been fortunate to get a couple stops, a couple of knockouts at those higher weights as well. So, but as the competition gets tougher, we want to try to stay more in his weight class, his division, because obviously it's dangerous, to fight above your weight class if you're not real, you don't need to. So.
Now I'm just trying to break it down a little bit to where I gotta pace myself so for the later round, because like in pro boxing you gotta go 12 rounds. So
a lot of sting in his punch.
Brian Viloria, yeah, he's from Hawaii and stuff, and I look up to him, since I started boxing, and I saw his jump rope skills, and I just trying to copy in YouTube and stuff. Funny because jump rope, we really have to do it to lighten your feet, bounce around. But if you do normal jump rope, it's too boring, Do some tricks and to make it fun.
The Aloha Kid, man.
He's talking shit.
Full of fun, not very serious for too long.
You guys are jokes, right? Marlon. He's talking shit.
About what?
I don't know about you.
See, he's stirring it up. You got the day after that.
And, a lot of fun to be around. He'll try to, if we're all stressed out and dead serious, he'll try to make us smile and laugh.
I can't sing, man.
I know. We know that.
I know. I'm saying I usually sing, but because you have the little mic, I can't sing.
No, he really can't. He's not a guy that needs to be, a dead serious, talks a lot of crap, none of that kind of stuff,
when Nunito came, when he got me, I was living with him. When he flew me out here from LA, I was living with him, and he trained here. So I would train, and for some reason, he saw something in me. I was about to move back to Hawaii.
No, different. They're very different people, different guys. Bruno's a southpaw, Nito's orthodox, but also fights southpaw. Different people, different guys, But, they're both good guys to be around, so that's great.
Aloha, thank you.
Thanks.
It'd be hard to go to work every day with fighters that are just, or athletes in general that are just not nice people. I wouldn't do it. So I feel very fortunate to be around these guys.
I've been coming in for 6 years and you've been sticking to me. You've been sticking to me for 6 years. I want to know how come.
You don't want to know.
I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know.
People think they're the mean, they got to be mean. They got to be, come up from hard background, and some of the nicest people you ever want to meet in your life, and they'll give you the shirt off their back. They'll do anything for you,
1, 2. Let's touch. Double jab.
With his combination of hard work, talent, and perseverance, his mother also had a change of heart.
Now she's like #1 supporter. Like everything, like whatever I said, she just believed me now. Because at that time when I first started, I had to prove it to her that I can take care of myself, And now they all like, it's really good when you chase your dream. You have your family behind you, So no matter what happens, they're there. So that's the advantage I got moving out here by myself, because I have them.
You got body? Faint it. There we go, better. Good. 3.